From my previous video, I talked about electricity generation. It was on the mainstream media that Nigeria generated 5,800 megawatts, which those in charge of the power sector said. So it was more like they were celebrating that we have generated 5,800 megawatts, which according to them is the highest ever generated since Nigerian inception of electricity. So I made that video and I talked about how I talked about my findings, how I found out we have installed capacity of 13,500 megawatts and only able to generate that 5,800 megawatts. So I said that we do more finding on that to know why we are actually generating such amount of electricity when we have such capacity. So I made and compare us with South Africa and Egypt because both of them they are the highest in Africa currently. They are generating about 58,000 megawatts each of these countries. So I did my finding and I got to get some information about on why we are generating such low amount of electricity when we have high capacity. I will not say high, but we have about 13,500. So this video might be a bit long. Bear with me because I have to read out some information I got on while searching the internet. So the information I actually got this information from DeepSeek AI because I searched with Google and they were not giving me the information the way I wanted it. So I have to use DeepSeek. So I will get it the way I want it. And if I read it, you will understand why I have to use DeepSeek to get this information. And meanwhile, Nigeria has spent about $34 billion on electricity to ramp up our electricity because what we need is minimum of 25,000 megawatts because of our population. So we have spent such amount of money and the electricity is nowhere to what we are supposed to be getting because the minimum is 25,000 megawatts, but the installed capacity is 13 while we generate so it's nowhere. Anyway, let me give you a rundown of the power stations and what they are generating. Now, when I say total capacity, it means all the power stations in Nigeria. All the power stations in Nigeria, their total capacity, if you join it together, is 13,500, but you are only able to see 5,800. So let me give you the rundown of power stations and what they are generating, their total capacity and what they are generating. Here we have Ebim Thermal Power Plant. Capacity is 1,320, only generates 900. Reason partially modernized, gas supply constraint and limited capacity, limits its capacity. It's partially modernized and it's not fully modernized. And gas too, there's no much gas supply. Afam Thermal Power Plant capacity full installed capacity is 776, generate only 500. Yeah, only you have about six turbines in Afam. Then only 4 and 5, only IV and V, which is 4 and 5 units are fully operational. So the rest are not fully operational, which is caused by gas supply. Here is Sapele Thermal Power Plant. We have installed capacity is 1,020, only generate 300, not even up to half. Underperforming due to gas supply and maintenance. This is why I used this AI to get this information, so it will be arranged the way I want it. The next one is is it Garigi or is it Jirugi Thermal Power Plant, which installed capacity is 434, which generates 400. It's fully operational. We generate that. And the next one is Omotosho Thermal Power Plant. It's Omotoshu thermal gas plant. Installed capacity 335, generate 300, sorry, fully operational. The next one is Olorunsugu thermal power plant. Installed capacity 335, generate 300, fully operational. Occasionally affected by gas supply, still gas. Next one is Aloji Thermal Power Plant. The installed capacity is 1076. Sorry about that. And only generates 500, not even up to half. Then the reason why it's only generating 500 is some units are non-functional due to gas shortage, still gas. Next one is Ohobo Thermal Power Plant. Installed capacity is 450, generates 400, fully operational with minor fluctuation. The next one is Okpai Independent Power Plant, and installed capacity is 480, generates 450, fully operational, occasionally affected by gas supply disrupt. The next one is Calabar Thermal Power Plant. Installed capacity 561, generates 0. Why non-operational due to gas supply constraint? The next one is Barim Thermal Power Plant. Installed capacity 225, generates 0. Non-functional due to gas pipeline vandalism, which they no one work. The next one is Omok Thermal Power Plant. Installed capacity 150, generates 0. Non-operational due to gas supply and vandalism. The next one is Trans-Amadi Thermal Power Plant. Installed capacity 136, generates 0. Reason non-operational due to technical and financial issues. The next one is Rivers IPP Thermal Power Plant, and its installed capacity 180, generates 150. This one is fully operational. The next one is Ibom Power Plant, installed capacity 190, generates 150. To me, this one is fully operational. The next one is Kanjita Hydraulic Power Plant. Installed capacity 760, generates 600. This one is even old. This one is old though, and it's still generating 600. Though some units are underperforming due to aging infrastructure, it's trying if it's generating 6. The next one is Jiba Hydraulic Power Plant. Installed capacity is 578, generates 500, fully operational with minor fluctuation. The next one is Shiroro Hydraulic Power Plant. Installed capacity is 600, generates 500. This one is fully operational. The next one is Jinguru Hydraulic Power Plant. Installed capacity is 700, generates 600. Recently commissioned, undergoing testing and ramping up. So hopefully that one will start working fully. The next one is Castina Solar Power Plant. Installed capacity 10 megawatts, which is generating 8 megawatts, fully operational. Dakinkua Hydraulic Power Plant. This thing is this one, the installed capacity is 40 megawatts, generating 30 megawatts. This one is, to me, is fully operational. The next one is Mambila Hydraulic Power Plant. This one is 3050, which is the highest. It's generating 0. Reason for that is still under construction, not yet operational. So hopefully, if it becomes operational and maybe the power supply will go up. The next one is AES Berger. I believe this one belongs to Julius Berger. The installed capacity is 270, while it generates 200. They say it's partially, to me it's fully operational. Aba Integrated Power Plant, which is commissioned at 2023 by the current governor. Installed capacity 140, generates 100. They say partial, to me it's fully operational. The next one is Egbema Power Plant. Installed capacity 338, which generates 0. Reason non-operational due to technical issues. Then the next one is Omok Gas Turbine. Its installed capacity is 150, generates 0. Reason non-operational due to gas supply. And then the last one is AFAM. This one is AFAM V. This is turbine 6. Like I said earlier, AFAM have 6 turbines. This one is turbine. I believe this one is owned by Shell because it is written Shell. its stock capacity is 650 and generate 500, fully operational. So the total of all the uh, all the gas plants, that totaling to 13,000, which I said on my previous video, 13,500, and then what they are generating is 6,888. 6,888. So you see from the previous video, the information I saw is not actually wrong. There's even one information I saw that Nigeria has about 30 power plants. 30 power plants. What we have here is 27. What I have here is 27. I mean, that three that is not added, maybe that place don't become forest. Maybe I make the no. That is why this I did not add it. Now, it is funny that what I read there is the reason why we are not getting this 13,000 uh, megawatts of electricity is due to the transmission. The transmission cannot accommodate all of that. The transmission can only evacuate from these power stations, only evacuate between 5,000 to 6,000 megawatts. So between between 20, was it 2015 or thereabout? Let me see. I still have the information here. Between 2015 and 2024, the federal government, the IPPI initiative, Presidential Power Initiative, gave 6.2 billion dollars in partnership spent in partnership with uh, Siemens Siemens to upgrade transmission and distribution infrastructure. Because why we cannot get all these 13,500 electricity is because the transmission is low. They cannot evacuate all of it. So government, the presidential whatever, spent 6.2 billion to ramp up to upgrade the transmission. The money is nowhere to be found. Like I said, we have spent 13,600, 13,200, sorry, 34 billion dollars, 34.2 billion dollars, sorry, to upgrade our electricity to at least 25,000 megawatts, which is nowhere to be found. And then, so what I found out about South Africa, I mentioned South Africa, they generate 58. So what I found out about South Africa, they spent approximately $80 billion to get their electricity where it is. But what I found out is that most of the electrical project that was commissioned, it was over budgeted. Like wetin they do for Nigeria here, something go be 50 naira, then go put for budget say na 500. So it was over budgeted. So I went to Egypt. I decided to use Egypt because Egypt has the same thing thereabout with South Africa. They are generating 58,000 megawatts. So I used Egypt. So what I found out that of Egypt is Egypt spent 50 Egypt spent, let me guess the total. Egypt spent 52.9 billion dollars to get the electricity to 60 gigawatts, which is 60,000 megawatts. Just $52 billion. Meanwhile, Nigeria wey don spend $34 billion no fit generate common 10,000. So by estimation, if Egypt don spend 52, so by estimation, not even up to, this is more than half of wetin Egypt don spend, and they don get their dis thing to 60,000 megawatts. So by estimation, no, the total capacity wey Egypt get na 60,000 megawatts, but e be like they're generating about 58,000 megawatts, which the deficit is 2,000. So by estimation, if Egypt is generating this much, and with this money wey dem don spend, it means that we are supposed to be generating at least 30,000 megawatts of electricity. If you watch that my previous video, I talk say because corruption and funds diversion, this is the main reason why nothing has happened in our power generator, in our power sector. Nothing don't happen. So if Egypt will spend this amount now, I said Egypt governments, according to the PPI, Presidential Guinea 101, that they spent $6.2 billion to ramp up transmission, so dem go fit dey transmit more than wetin dey transmit. Now, estimation of wetin Egypt spend for their transmission is $3 billion, just $3 billion. You know, Egypt started ramping up their electricity from 30,000, which is 30 gigawatts for electricity. They started up in 2014. So between 2014 and 2024, they raise am up to 60,000 megawatts just between 2014 and, but right from 1999 till date, we don spend 34,000, and it is nowhere to be found. And funny enough, most of the power plants, the reason why they are not those ones that are not functioning at all, they are not running at all, is because of because of gas. There is no gas supply. The ones that are underperforming is still because of there is no gas supply. And funny enough, if you come to the countries that have the most, let me put it this way, top 10 countries with the largest natural gas reserve, top 10 countries, Nigeria dey 10th. Nigeria is 10th, and we can't supply gas to power stations to power these turbines, so Nigerians go get electricity. We can't supply gas. And I remember in 2023, when the Ukraine and Russia war started, gas supply was cut off to France. They wanted to build, I do not know if it happened or not, gas pipeline from Nigeria to France for them to power their power plants to generate electricity. So we get that much to even sell to another country, but we cannot use it to generate power for us here in Nigeria. How shameful is that? How shameful can that be? Now, see what is written here. Nigeria has 5 trillion cubic meter of reserve. Dis one wetin dem reserve o, wetin dey reserve wey dem no dey use. They are not using it, it's on reserve. And most of our gas, we majorly depend on these gases for our power plants, and they are not functioning because there is no gas. And the ones that has technical issue, they no wan fix am. Why? Because of corruption and money diversion. Tell me, how can Egypt spend $52 billion and we spend $34 billion, and we are nowhere close to what Egypt is generating? It shows the immense corruption in our power sector. They just use and they cash out. Egypt spent $3 billion for its power transmission. Nigeria spent $6.2 billion for it, but there is nothing. There is nothing. So I'm doing this because I said I will look more into this. I'm not giving all the details because I don't want this video to be much long, but at least you have gotten a glimpse of what is going on in our power sector. Why these people, they just don't want to do anything about it. Not that they have the money, but they don't want to. They don't want to do anything about the power. If they want, something would have been done. Even the money that have already been spent would have been giving us sufficient electricity in the country. They just don't want.